now you guys a free agent doing
Yes.
hustling on y'all. Talk about the difference between. I actually had Cameron Duncan on yesterday, and he was talking about the business of boxing and promoters taking 33 in the third and all that good stuff. Yeah. Can you elaborate on the differences that you've seen, and is it harder, is it tougher, and what's the physical differences as it relates to being independent versus working with TMT?
Um, TMT had its benefits for sure. They really treated Dill good, well as far as the purses, um, as far as the spotlight. They had him on the big events, and even kept him busy. The main issue that I had with TMT and Mayweather Promotions was their matchmaking, um, and just some administrative things. They brought a lot to the table. So it's a give and take. Just like if I leave my wife and I go to another girl, it's going to be some good, but it's going to be some bad. Being a free agent, it's just that though. We're free. I can make my own shots. I can call the shots. As long as I'm willing to pay, as long as he's willing to get ready, we can fight when we want. We can fight how often we want, where we want, and even have a say in who we want, how we want to step up, and then we do want to step up. So those are the benefits of it. The only con to it is it's coming out of my pocket now, Fred.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, I love my son, and this is my investment. Him and my other son, they're what I invested. I've invested thousands of dollars into him, running up and down over the country, various tournaments. Since he was 10 years old. So this is just further investing in what I've already invested
Mm. Can you speak to it, Dylan? Like the differences that you've seen being independent versus uh,
My
TMT?
my job is just to get in the ring and fight, Fred. I let my dad handle the outside business. I don't know too much about that stuff.
in. And 1 second, Fred, it's tough for him because of COVID. We've experienced 1 month of being independent because they just started fighting in our area. So the plan was by this time we left Mayweather in February. We probably would have had at least 4 fights if everybody was running as business as usual. More than that, probably 4 to 5 fights. Maybe give us some time off. So he hasn't. I guess for him, it's like hey, we didn't do nothing. Being independent ain't fun. We didn't. Nothing happening. But because of the COVID, everything was shut down. So it will start now as far as being independent. We want to fight locally within our tri-state area, and that's now beginning to open up. So you can speak on it, I guess, from that perspective. No, Shane, you can.
Oh, oh, did you? Oh, so do you have aspirations of like going down to Mexico and something? Just get.
I mean, that was the initial when COVID hit.
Mhm.
But I got with Will Haney. He said he would put me in these. I don't like. I'm out of my element. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know the Mexican commissions and promoters, and if not carefully guided, you can get taken advantage of. I could be fighting the matchmaker's brother. They could jack up my price. They could, just a lot of things.
Mhm.
The one fighter that we fought that actually came from Mexico. We fought a couple of them, was on steroids. So I don't know what the testing procedures are in
Gotcha.
Mexico. If he thought to do it coming to America, I could imagine what it is in Mexico. So all of those things, I'm going to stay on some home soil.
Mhm.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's opened up. New Jersey still not opened up yet. But PA, Delaware, Virginia, we could go down to Carolinas, Georgia, those places
Mhm.
within a 8 hour radius. I could do those things, but I really want to fight the Philadelphia, New Jersey, uh, Delaware, Maryland, around that area there. That way,
Okay.
our fans can all follow us in.
Sure. Have there been any discussions with with Mr. Haney as it pertains to being independent
Oh, all
and
the time.
beautiful?
When we were both coming out the amateurs, he left a little bit before we did. We both talked about it, that this is our direction we wanted to go, and we both were planning on doing it ourselves. Dylan had really fell in love with the concept of Mayweather, and as they start warning him, he wanted to do that. I always wanted to stay independent with my partner, Dr. Wiki. We had a vision, and it was very similar to Devin. Maybe not at the level that he's doing it, but he's doing it at a very, very high level. But it still would have been at a high level. But we still talk about how we can make it happen, even as we're independent. Well, he's not independent now, but to get to that point.
Sure. Mr. Finesse in the chat says, salute Fred and the barbershop. Young King, you're on your way. Keep grinding and be mindful of the energy you keep around you.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, have you ever had to make
Hold on. Can we get him to say more than one word to that long sentence that somebody
Thank you, man. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, can you speak to that? Have you had to cut people off?
Oh, absolutely. I had to cut a lot of people off on this journey. Everybody that's with you is not gonna have your best interest. And me, my dad noticed if somebody is kissing my behind a little bit, I bring them into the circle. So I had to learn to weed those people out of my crew, to stick to the crew that I already had coming in. And your circle is going to grow. My dad taught me that, but just you have to have people for certain things. Everybody is not in your friend circle. You have business and things like that. You don't bring people from business into your friend circle. Business is business, and friends is friends. So I had to learn that coming into this, getting a lot of notoriety and things like that. So my dad also helped me with that.
Who in your weight class do you foresee is like? You said it's terrible. The weight class is terrible. Is that what you said?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, the weight class is terrible. 115, 118. So we're looking at like Guillermo Rigondeaux, the Monster, Nonito Donaire, and the list goes on and on.
Everybody that's a champion, those are the people me and my dad have our focus on.
As we make the steady climb up the ladder.
Exactly. But honestly, I really don't like to. I mean, I have my eyes on them, of course, but I really don't like to focus or lock my eyes in on that particular opponent, because by the time I get to that level, they can be tired or lost. You see what I'm saying? So whoever they put in front of me or whoever is next in line, that's who I'm looking at. I'm not looking too far ahead because they need to be going.
Well, we got some